président passer le pouvoir à un anglophone. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, monsieur le président.
Ecole Normale Superieure in Buea, Higher Teachers Training College in Buea. Do the CPDM government think that we, the people of British Cameroon, are fools? Mr. Biya, Anglophones are not fools. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinke. Today, I have come to tell the CNU rebranded CPDM to take their Ecole Normale Superieure back to Mvomeka. We don't need it. More than 30 years ago, I was in Mancon, Bamenda, Commissioner Avenue. Mr. Paul Biya promised in front of me and other people of British Cameroons. I promise to personally supervise a deep seaport in Victoria and a ring road in Northwest region. What do we have? A seaport in Kribi. Mr. Biya never promised a seaport in Kribi. And I will see some Anglophones who come. We are not second-class citizens. You are second-class citizens, whether you like it or not. They think that what we need is a school that they train teachers to come and teach us Napoleon Bonaparte, French Revolution, French philosophers, French history. That's not what we want, Mr. Biya. Mr. Biya, we have an Anglo-Saxon form of education. Ecole Normale was founded in France in 1794, 230 years ago. Archaic education, a system that France have changed. The aim was to make teachers to be so dull, not to think homogeneously, similarly, uniformly, to behave like a robot. That is why they created Ecole Normale Superieure in 1794 in France. They don't want people, the English form of education, you have to think. They call university. You have to think differently. You have to debate. That's a form of education. And education in the English system, it has to be autonomous. The state cannot intervene. Professionals, they have to decide what is good for the local people. It's not one size fits it all. What is good in Gandere is not necessarily what should be good in Fako. We had our Ombe. We can do apprentice system. Our educational system have nothing to do with the government. The local people have to decide what education is good that will create jobs for our people, rather than just making education. Then we see people with PhD protesting in Yaoundé. We don't have jobs. That's not our type of education. Mr. Biya, take your ENS, French Colonial Institution, take it to Yaoundé. We don't need it. What we need is our Deep-seaport in Victoria. You promise that you don't want to do it because you don't want to create jobs for Anglophones. You don't want us to be economically powerful. Fako is beautiful than Yaoundé. You know, If there is a deep sea port in Victoria, British Cameroonians will no longer be going to Douala. They will no longer be going to Yaoundé. We have CDC, we have Sonara, we have Deep-seaport. You know that will be all and all. It will be amen. You don't want to empower us. That's why there is no international airport. You destroy it. Destroy Wadarum, Fonade, Marketing Board, Cameroon Bank. Destruction. Destruction. CPDM, a party of destruction. CPDM, they hate Anglophones. It's a fact. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. CNU rebranded is it CPDM, chop people their money. It was created to destroy British Cameroons. Mr. Biya have been in power for almost 60 years. 40 years as president. Close to 20 years as prime minister, secretary general. 60 years you cannot do anything. There's no motorway in British Cameroons. Sonara, all those things, CDC, you're taking our land for nothing and feed the entire country. What do we gain? Nothing in Fako. You say you're a president. A government. You don't have authority over us totally. Absolute authority as a government. You don't. What we have, the citizen and the government, is a social contract. We have given you some of our liberty and we have to remain with some of our freedom. Sometimes there's a misconception that the government have to decide on anything, on everything on us. No, Mr. Biya, it doesn't work that way. We should be in charge of our education. Tony Blair was not up to, he was a prime minister, not up to 10 years. But what did he do? Tony Blair changed this country, gave decentralization to the nations of this country. Constitutional reform. It's inside the UK unwritten constitution. Today, the people of Scotland, they control their own education, their own police, taxation, transport, you name the rest. They run their country. They don't wait for London, Westminster to tell them what to do. But Mr. Biya, a country that one person sit in a today and tell people who have different ethnicity what to do, that country will never move forward. What have you done, Mr. Biya? You've wasted our life. The time that you were in power, I was not born. The time that you became president, I left St. Pius School, Buea Station. That's when I was going to Form 1. That's when you became president. Today, in the UK, for a short space of time, I've seen different prime ministers. More than 6. In the UK, there's going to be an election on the 4th of July. We already know the Conservative Party that have been in power for 14 years, they will be kicked out. There will be a new prime minister, a Labour prime minister on the 5th of July. Why do we know that? Because as a human being, a Homo sapien, nobody can accept the same person to be in power for 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years, 40 years. Is it Abe Zonga? He said, you stole the election. Mr. Biya, you people said an Anglophone cannot be the president of La République du Cameroun and British Cameroon. You stole the election. You were looking for Damjoya, Bello Buba, other French people to put them because we are second-class citizens. We don't want Ecole Normale Superieure in Buea. We don't want it. An Anglophone cannot be a director of Sonara. Why? It is in my land of my birth, Bakwere. It's my land. Can an Anglophone be director? Is it Sodokotom or other parts of Cameroon? No. That is why each ethnicity, they have to control their locality. Ethno-cultural democracy. I'm calling on you, some of my fellow Bakwerians. If you think Mr. Biya is doing us favor by creating a colonial institution in Buea. I'm telling you, then you people are beggars. Tell Mr. Biya we don't need it. We don't even need the government to help us to build the deep-seaport. Give us the authority. We can do public-private partnership. I can construct the deep-seaport alone. If I have that contract, I know what I will do. I will look for business angel all over the world, and I do what they call public-private partnership. We don't need you to construct the deep-seaport. We have Bakassi there. We can construct a new oil refinery in Bakassi, but Mr. Biya is keeping it for France. You're keeping it for France. We don't need government money. We can do public-private partnership. We build a new city in Bakassi. We use our oil. We can do that. Everything is not about you, the government. Mr. Biya, even the most intelligent person on earth cannot control 100 people. Then you sit in a 2D. We are different. We have different culture. Allow us, local people, to decide if we want to construct our roads, our hospital, deep-seaport, ring road. It's not about you. You can do it. No country on earth have ever developed by one person sitting somewhere and ruling by presidential degree. We say no to ENS. We don't want it. We are not just good to gain an employment, then the rest of the country is suffering. You have reduced us to employment. We need industrial revolution. I can do it. British Cameroons National Party can do it. We need industrial revolution. We don't need teachers to learn French Revolution, Napoleon Bonaparte. We don't need those things. We don't. Ladies and gentlemen, tell Mr. Biya we don't need ENS in Buea. He should take it to Yaoundé. If he cannot construct the deep-seaport, we can do it. We don't need money from him. We just need that authorization, and we will use business angel. We can develop the deep-seaport. We can develop Bakassi without the government. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroons National Party. Have a great day.
Un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Monsieur le président, l'Assemblée, il y a un Dieu. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un Dieu. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un Dieu. Dans tout le gouvernement,
Il n'y a que les vieux.